Back with DreamHack Open, 46 closed qualifiers immediately jumping into the pistol round. Mythic taking map number 1, the pick of Eros in overtime. And now they walk onto Vertigo. This is their most comfortable map in their pool, and this is far out of Eros's wheelhouse. So it really is onto Eros to turn this ship around and bring us to a third. I'm Phi, and I'm joined with Trevor Victorous. And finally, we have a slow pistol round to actually ramp up to.
Yeah, just a moment to breathe. Mythic just, I guess, going over the basics or just wanting to play slow, wait for some contact. They don't really know what to expect from Eros, honestly, I would say. Since it's just kind of an enigma and a very inactive map for them. So it might make sense for them just play very slow and patient, get that info, and Flom just missed a very important smoke.
They are very lucky that there isn't a very large site defense here. In fact, Mythic are pushing all the way into the elevator room. And now this could prove very problematic here, as Jojo and Sluggy are just running through the defense at the moment. They take 2 kills and fall back into the post plane. Eros, I feel like this is going to have to come down to a ninja defuse or something miraculous. We've seen many a great cryptic pistol rounds. This round is going to have to be one of them. The defuse is coming in, though. A has the kit. I is sticking it all the way through. He'll be able to get it with just a few HP left on the meter. And Eros, it did come down to the ninja fuse, and they get it. Pistol round.
Yeah, very fortunate for them. Definitely doesn't help when a very important smoke, when you only have 1 smoke to throw to begin with, ends up just barely going short and missing. You consider all that, it won't stop Jojo from madness and a force coming out from Mythic. But then again, why not force up? They should be confident, they should be competitive, they should be prepared to run over them. This is their home turf, and they want to be able to close this out in 2 quickly. So just do whatever makes them happiest. Looks like some late re-aggression on ramp, and good spread nade damage.
Could prove useful in this upcoming site take. They're going to begin their ramp attack here. And these MP9s just have some softer targets to shoot at. Jason even going to play up inside of the smoke. The rest of Mythic slowly, quietly going up towards ramp. Now they're going to make their move. Jason up close to the smoke. It's going to be fading shortly. And so he's going to get flashed in to try and go for info. Take a couple pot shots. Try to get out of dodge. Lex is a man with an AK, though. So is Sluggy. This is a very lethal round, all things being considered, and Lex will be able to transfer on to Jason. Gets taken down by Umar, though. There comes Jojo's P90, though, able to drop Umar. Will burn in the molly. Now a 3-on-3, but they have the smokes to take the site, and it's really only Laircy to stop them. He's found himself a position.
Still have the space to get that bomb down. They actually line up. Bomb barely able to get off the bomb and recover it just in time. Placed that default plan. Sluggy. Beautiful shot. And now it's up to Cryptic, one of the best players from Eros, to find that double.
Boy, does he get it.
Double. Uh-oh.
Cryptic. Oh, I hear
chat messages.
I hear typing. And Cryptic
I like the energy.
Confused. Oh, we already know what's going on. Eros get past Mythic's force buy, and they'll get their 2nd in a row, but Mythic have some cash off the back of the bomb plant, and Eros don't really. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another force buy in.
It wouldn't be too far-fetched. I wouldn't be necessarily excited for it, but looks like there it is. And the question is Jojo picking it up again? No, he's going for the MAC-10 and focusing more on utility. We'll have to see what their move is. Eros able to get those 2 rounds. Close, albeit, but still able to find it. And because of all the damage, I think that's the main reason why Mythic are keeping up with these forces. Able to keep things competitive. Not necessarily the greatest situation, having that advantage with only a single AK. But wheels very powerful in their own right.
Definitely still have long-range capability here. They can contend with the M4s. That's to be sure. Little crossfire setup here. Laircy watching Jason's back. But one player goes down. The whole house of cards comes tumbling with it. see how it goes, because right now these smokes are going to break up the crossfire, and now it really is only Jason towards the short side there. He's going to make a play through the smoke, going to try and make things do. He'll at least get one, but JoJo's going to be doubling up with the MAC-10. 3 on 4, and he's going to have to be a desperate play. Luck will favor Eros in this one, though. Flom gets picked off through the smoke.
Yep, that double entry from JoJo to set things up. Still have to hold off for this retake, but JoJo being the submachine god to get those entries. Now it's up to Lex to help out after plants, and it looks like JoJo's actually upgraded to the Galil, tugging close to the smoke, trying to play around it and just wrap around these players, and able to catch the double.
Oh, the ace!
For 5,
he gets the ace!
And that's the ace!
He gets the ace! JoJo runs in with the MAC-10, picks up a Galil, and gets all 3 retaken players. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit more typing going on. Oh, baby.
I hope it's being sent right back up. JoJo with such a beautiful, aggressive position to get that 5K. And because of all these force buys and how well they've been doing, the economy's broken.
Yep. Able to force on back. Eros invested everything into it. Force buy wars and Mythic looking to be on the better end of it. Unless Eros wants to pull a Deagle round out of the hat. I falling first. And more to follow in Cryptic. Already looking dire for the Eros camp. Especially with Larcy getting picked like that. 2 versus 5 here. And Eros can call this one quits effectively.
Something a little bit more like what we would expect.
Mm-hmm. It's realistic here. Umar could pick up a rifle and try something, but even then, the sheer volume of players coming his direction should be too much to overcome.
Could get a double here.
Whoa,
oh, the
whoa.
perfect timing. He's wrapping right behind him.
Oh, that's a utility out.
Facing that way.
Close, but it's only the 5-7. If you had a rifle, maybe some extra chances. But Jason in 1v4, he's going to be out of this.
And even then, when your cover's a piece of tarp, it may be more cover than you expect, but certainly not going to protect 3 AK spraying in your general direction.
True that. Jason hoping for a 1-dig maybe, but he'll hold on to his armor. Next round's gonna have to be the full eco from Eros. And so Mythic will walk away with a 2nd and likely a 3rd. And they'll spring out to the lead.
Yep, but not before those 2 rounds were tamed by Eros, and they're able to have a start. So we need to see if they can keep up that energy and keep this competitive, since kind of expecting who knows what with them going into this. Seeing Mythic go back to more of a standard, just forcing until they get that round win, doesn't seem like it'll punish them too hard overall. And if we think about how Vertigo can play, it can be one of these maps that's deceptively tactical. There's a lot of aim reliance, but it's very similar to Inferno, I'd argue, in some ways. When it comes to the tight angles, constant engagements, and difficult to retake sites.
Yeah, here for Eros. They're going to have to deal with a lot of this, because Mythic know a thing or two about getting onto a bomb site on this map. I actually want to check out some stats from the Mythic camp when it comes down to this map. It is their de facto best map in their pool, only losing it once. But yeah, in all honesty, they haven't played it that much as of late. Comfortable in picking it versus Eros, though. And Lex just going into cruise control right now, mopping up some ecos. Someone's got to get him. For Eros, they're trying to make a meal out of this one, but JoJo is the only one eaten. And it just leaves Umar 1v5. And wow, I'm really prophetic in this one, as Mythic will beat the anti-eco. Cleanly, in fact, as well. Great start here for Mythic, rebuffing that early pistol round and forced by conversion from Eros.
So tragic on the timing. Just as soon as you move the crosshair away, the player pops out of nowhere and just bops her head off and just like, I can't do anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
It certainly wouldn't have mattered at the end of things, especially considering Flom was walking through that mid-connection to the B bomb site. Would have been an easy trade. Be unlikely for Umar to find much out of that round. But still, having it go through that way might be one of the most frustrating ways to go. It looks like we have the A-ramp wars starting to begin. And it's already enough to make Eros back on to the corner, not trying to go directly for these engagements.
Yeah, I want to bring up a stat, but maybe J-Dubs is going to interrupt me here. Him and Jason, a Mexican standoff. Flashbang thrown in, but J-Dub's walking into Jason's off angle. And he'll take the frag. Opener, finally, for Eros. But I want to get into my little stat here, and that is Mythic have a 60% CT side win rate on this map. So maybe this T side performance early doesn't matter all that much. But they're still here to play, especially JoJo. Clean double there. All headshots, no less. And access to the A site potentially granted. Player State playing very passive. There's a chance here for Mythic still in this, trying to recover the 2v5. Oh, spray through the smoke. That's Vertigo for you. No one's gone down just yet. Lex is going to attempt to set down that bomb. But no one going aggressive enough. And we're into a post flank. There's a flank from I. There's a flank from I, but JoJo's ready for it somehow. Is he seriously on for another ace? He could be, but Lex stealing it from him. But you need that to lock in the round. Lercy, his top of his head has been spotted. Gonna creep on out. And he's gonna go down. JoJo with a 4K. He's 13-1 within the first 6 rounds of play, Trevor. This is incredible performance from the Mythic side. A 2v5, no less.
I think from what we just saw, the only thing that can stop JoJo, at least in the ace department, is Lex confirming the frag before him. As JoJo seems to be unstoppable, and as much as he seems to be clowning around, I don't think there's any jokes when it comes to the frag department. He wants this to end 2-0, and we'll make sure Arrow feels like the ones with makeup on by the end of the series.
Oh my. JoJo, for those who don't know anything about JoJo, BM is his language. English is his second language. BM is his primary one. And now, 13-1. He's loving every second of it. And they're knocking on the door. Right here. Great early start on the T side, and we haven't even seen the defense yet. We know how good those double ops are for the Mythic camp, and Vertigo can lend itself to it. This one should be an easy cleanup here for Mythic.
Yeah, I haven't seen much out of the Deke so far, and I don't think we're going to be seeing any surprises. It takes one shot, but JoJo's going to be the one clearing the site. It's already done.
Oh, he even continues for more. Right now, he just can't stop feeding his ego here, can Eros. 14 now to his name. And he should just keep pushing forward.
Yeah, 14, like 7 rounds in, and an average of 2 kills per round.
Whoa!
Cryptic will at least be able to shut down Flom, but JoJo will quickly get that revenge and make sure that he keeps getting those frags as soon as they're available.
Oh, Umar. Okay, this is another thing. Umar is another character. He's always going for knife kills. No matter what. What kind of corner is he even playing in? Can we get a third person right here? Oh, this is ratty. He swings out. Oh, his barrel's been spotted.
Oh, that Deagle showed.
Yeah, his barrel's been spotted from Lex. He's out. Yeah. He's gone. 5 down for Mythic. And the body spam. Yes, Mythic. We get it. We love it. I enjoy every second of it. Eros aren't, though. So the ship changed everyone's minds about them. They have a full buy-in. And Umar on and off.
Remind, the stat you brought up was 60% dominant on the CT side, and we're seeing JoJo and Mythic behind him running over the T side. This is starting to look not so good. Umar's trying to go for that initial pick, won't be able to find it, and decides to just move on back to a different position and allow I to try go forward.
Watch out through the smoke. Waiting for it to fade. Just kind of extracting utility from the CT side.
Bullets landing so close.
A couple of players who have been chipped down. Mythic, though, just going to be probing around. They have that B stairs control, so Eros still left guessing. Cryptic towards middle. The rest of Mythic, though, going to take it towards the A ramp as that smoke towards bottom ramp fades. They'll begin their advance with a minute on the clock. Jason spotting them out. Lercy goes for an aggressive peek. Heavy hitter down. Flom out the picture as well. 3 versus 5. Eye swings out perfectly here for Eros. It's all coming together nicely, isn't it now? Sluggy trying to refrag back, goes aggro, takes Eye. Is he gonna step up in JoJo's place? Spots out the head on top of the headshot box. Sluggy's good for this normally, but Dink down to 9 will reduce his effectiveness. Now here's Lex. Not ready for Lercy, but Sluggy take down that headshot player. And now in a clutch, but he has to recover the bomb. 20 seconds remaining. Every second he waits as well, he might just have to concede this one. It's down towards the bottom of ramp. He's going to have to give up the control. Eros here every single footstep. They're going to advance forward onto the site, and I don't think Sluggy has a chance here. And so, yeah, he realizes it, and he's going to save. Hold on to the AK at least. Same goes for Eros. They'll get their guns, but Mythic still could have made that doable.
So it's only 2 weapons, so they're certainly going to have to live with a little bit of a downgrade, and how they want to adjust. Throwing a little bit more shenanigans around, but they will have to try to balance out the utility and purchase, as we see Lercy and Jason with SMGs. And Mythic have no concessions they have to make, just going with full AKs.
Yeah, no AWP, which is a little surprising. You can see that on the T side, but I think we know why. They're going forward with pace. They're moving quickly. Jason, though, has just run through the entire team with an MP9 and a USP. Oh my days. And the round is just over here for Mythic. Eros win the ramp fight, win the round.
And with that, just 2 left. I'm not sure how much they're going to have to work with here. Sluggy's just trying to find that first contact. It's Sluggy and Lex once again. Lex already tagged heavily. Down to half, and everyone just staring down. And it looks like they're even interested in pushing further. They want to find this last frag, and will find it. Jason with the 4K, starting to find a response and feed back into JoJo. Unable to find a couple of frags now, or the last round or 2. And trying to bring back some energy, despite one of the most powerful motivators.
Yeah, that's a bit of a momentum shifting around there. Clean from Eros, and they just run over. It felt like Mythic never even had a chance in that. So now, they're going to take it towards Beast. Flom taking his stairs control early. A little bit slower here from Mythic, but they're being more active on the map. It's the first time we've really seen any sort of stairs control attempted by Mythic. And they're actually going to group up with the entire team.
We'll leave JoJo to clown around on A and just try to keep players towards that direction as they start slowly creeping up. Think careful enough, was able to make sure that weapon wasn't shown, and Umar's cautious enough to move on back and just give more and more space to Mythic here. Just out going for the repeat, but might have a nasty surprise if he swings too wide.
Ooh, JoJo. Gonna molly towards sandbags. Has a smoke to extinguish that. He's running the fake here. If he gets a kill, it's more than enough, but he gets immediately deleted by Lercy. That's gonna go and prompt his B-side execute. Umar takes the pot shot. He is in for a world of hurt, though. Immediately gets overrun by J-Dubs. There is Cryptic here on the rotation. Slow them down somewhat. Mythic should be able to get this post plan in as that bomb gets set down.
Yep, with that, it's a 3v4 retake. Still a fair chance for Mythic in this round. Certainly going to be a difficult one, especially if Cryptic can keep up the energy and find more of these frags going on through. Lercy just going straight up for the drop, but just Lex holding close on this AC, and the flashbangs are keeping them back. This bomb's ticking.
Oh, Lex has so many kills in front of him. Takes the first.
Up.
Flom coming in through, but he can't. Still get domed. Cryptic going in for the defuse, and Jason saves him. Eros are successful in the retake. It's evens now. Mythic looked like they had a shot, but Cryptic and Jason shut them down over and over again.
Oh man, able to make it 5-5 now, keeping it close. See what the next plan is from Mythic, but just barely able to hold things together on the side of Eros. Just enough, and with those 2 weapons and just winning enough that they're going to be able to keep everything together when it comes to keeping utility and weaponry. But still, likewise the same for Mythic. Even though the scoreline's even, same for the weaponry and utility as well.
Oh. Mythic not finding their openers. At the moment, J-Dubs is lost into the 4v5. Jojo's going to continue on this ramp lurk. And in fact, there's only one person towards the A site. That's Laircy. He's only up on the Goblin box. Jason is here towards elevators, but the wall of smokes come through. This could bode well here for Mythic. Plenty of mollies, though, to stop. There's always counter utility that Eros is likely to throw in.
Plenty of utility and the man advantage to help.
Oh no, and Lex gets dumped through the smoke. Umar dropped it. That's a bomb drop forward right now. This is catastrophic here for the Mythic side. Lucky's gonna push forward and try and pick it up, but look at the mollies, the nades. The entire fire department, in the wrong sense, has bathed the site in fire, and oh my god, that molly somehow misses. Laircy can jump up top the boxes and maybe unhinge this round. Sluggy has to fight his way out of this position, and he's unable to do so. It's long for a 1v5. Okay, yeah, he'll get the first, but what more can he find? Empties out the AK, getting swung, and gets fragged. Eros now with 4 in a row.
Umar with an important 3K. Able to constantly find that impact in those picks, starting with just a shot through the smoke, miraculously, on holding that A site. And now things start to become an issue, as they're always able to delay and get these retakes in. Mythic are failing to hold them, and always getting these opening duels lost. Eros able to get these picks and adjust, and looks like they might be able to get some recovery, show some more confidence on Vertigo, and stay competitive. Starting with that fantastic op shot on the Flom, and now having to fight for ramp control. Jojo once again still yet to frag since the dominant streak early on.
And you can't just cool off like this. You need to start following up. We've already asked a lot of Jojo so far. He's gonna need to turn up Sluggy instead. Gonna find that clean shot on Jason though. And Laircy, afraid. Jojo's falling back, but Laircy's gonna push forward. The timing. Who will it benefit? Laircy gonna catch Jojo with the knife out and gonna shoot him in the back. 3-on-3. B side is completely open though.
Looks like both sides are starting to be aware of this, and Umar's going for this long flank. Might be able to get some free op picks and just really make this hold fall apart and get another retake on the side of Eros. They still have to deal with getting this bomb down, and Umar immediately lands the flick.
Umar has been on fire here on Vertigo, and nothing else standing for Mythic. Another post plant, but another retake for Eros. They're now up to 7. 5 in a row for them. They are winning out these early rounds, the late rounds. Mythic giving themselves opportunities, but Eros not letting them have it.
Yep, but they keep hitting these bomb plants, so it just feels like it's a matter of time, but that time's never actually arriving. You should just know it should be any second. Just these full buys should be able to break through a round, and finally a timeout comes in. They know they need to adjust and try to get these rounds. They've been better on their CT side, but they should at least try to get more on this T side and figure out how to find these rounds. Stop Umar from finding all this impact. Stop giving these opportunity picks to let things slip away and fall apart, and just try to bait out more of Eros' utility. They've been just playing passive on these sites, and just waiting to use the utility to retake and make Mythic fall apart.
That's the hope. They're able to conserve a lot of that utility you mentioned, and that really helps when you're on Vertigo. If you can save utility for the retake attempt, Mythic will just be stranded on a bomb site, because, again, those Vertigo sites are so open, so easy to pick off players and deny plants and all that good stuff. Without smokes, it's almost impossible to plant. So Mythic, what is their solution here? They've been liking the B site, but the post plans haven't been working out for them. They just need to find a way to get an opening pick and not give over information to the Eros camp. And for now, Eros playing passive, they're going to get the space.
Yep, and with all that passive space just being held and just being unmoving, like, sure, Mythic are able to go all around, but just playing slow and just waiting for these picks and understand what exactly they're trying to do means that there's less than a minute left on the clock now as they start progressing towards A. And fortunately for them, at least, they've been able to burn most of this utility out this time around, and JoJo's able to find that opening, able to start finding that impact once again.
Lots of smoke spam, though. Try and deny the plant, but there's JoJo over the top of the site to take down Cryptic. 18-6 now. He's begun to wake up now, but Umar's just running through smokes, able to take down JoJo. And Lercy now trying to answer, but only for a moment. Flom will pluck him out of the round. Leaves I in a 1v3, and without a smoke, this is just nigh on undoable. In fact, it is undoable. I better off saving, but Flom ain't gonna let him. 6 for Mythic. They finally break the streak.
Landing it right in his eye to take him out and make sure nothing's conserved. Still plenty of cash on Eros to be competitive for most of this, but looks like what might be a technical pause coming on out.
Technical pause here. Waiting for the reason at this rate.
Just playing TeamSpeak, it's that easy.
Aha. TeamSpeak is responsible for 90% of technical issues. Not a fact, not a diss. That is not an official statement for the record. But it does seem
probably not too far off, though, I bet.
There's server crashes and all the good stuff. We got NA internet, so...
That's true. Struggles and complications.
Yeah.
Speaking of struggles and complications, Eros have been able to find this strong streak, but Mythic seems to be finding their way back into it right at the end of this half, and if they can still build this lead, it might not even matter, but Eros just need to try to stay together and have a very good T side, which hopefully they have a lot of creative strategies to blow on out and catch Mythic by surprise to bring it to that third.
Yeah, keep in mind, before this, Eros have 0 maps logged on Vertigo. Absolutely 0. Since they've been a premier level team. So, all of this is new territory for Mythic, and I'm certain that Eros came into this veto at least moderately prepared. If they get to let this one through. Flash in, frag in, attempted from J-Dubs. Somehow doesn't take down I, though. Instead, it's Umar to get another opener for Eros. He's been doing it over and over again. Is Flom next up on the menu? Does Umar want to keep pushing forward? He does. Flicks up, but he misses the shot and gives it back to Mythic. Now into 4-on-4.
All that damage done across, as well as that information gained, and J-Dub's able to get that pick. Sluggy with another one. This B-site's been cracked open out of nowhere, and Jason's just trying desperately to adjust, able to get through his mid-smoke, but Sluggy's already aware, but not able to win the duel. But still, it's a 2v3 on this B-site. They have to try to get things back in control once again.
Jason's arrived, though. He can dance around the smokes, maybe stop a plant or two. He get risky, but they're trying to assemble a boost, and Lex reads into it perfectly. 46 HP for Jason to try and clutch this round. It ain't looking great. It ain't fantastic. He's going to try and save for the final round of regulation. But what decimation from Mythic there. It's going to be 7-all. And considering the money for Eros, Mythic could walk away easily with a lead going into the final round of the half.
Surprising they were willing to go for that retake at all, if you consider the fact, in hindsight at least, they don't have any money in their bank accounts. They're going to have very little going into this last round. Should have a little bit of loss bonus, but it's certainly not going to be something you want to work with here.
So with that, Jason at least recovers the op. Umar has been good for an opener, it feels like, every single round. Actually pull up some stats on that. Umar is 4-0 for openers at the moment. If I'm doing my counting correct. So, he's been flawless. He's not going to be having the off this time around, though. He'll be relegated down to the FAMAS. And Eros gonna play this one out with Jason wielding the op.
I'd say there's only one weak... I feel like the weakest weapon out of the side on Eros right now might be the FAMAS, considering all the Deagle and MP9 shenanigans we've seen. It's the FAMAS I'm the least afraid of, honestly. But we'll have to see how Mythic want to play around this last round. It's gonna be all up to Sluggy, I think, holding this passive mid position.
Perfect from Sluggy. Absolute precision with the AK-47. Get this round locked and loaded for Mythic. Blom takes down Jason. 2 versus 5. Eye on the B site. Maybe not for much longer. He's going to rotate away, trying to gamble back towards A, but it is the wrong bet to make. Or is it? Oh, well, he's not even going to make it to the A side, all right? No one's going anywhere for Eros. They're all to the spectator deck. That's where they've gone. And us, we're going to be going to a break for this halftime, as Mythic have just regained the lead. See you guys on the other side. And welcome back. Mythic have a 1-round lead. It's as close as you want it. Mythic are on the right side of it. Easily equalizable from Eros here. Mythic are on the hunt. Closes one down 2-0. I'm Fi. I'm joined by Trevor, Victress, and we have Vertigo. Second half here, already pushing down through the lower tunnels, though. There's already a flank rolling in. Sluggy's gonna get picked, though, and they walk into a waiting crossfire from Eros. And now they're gonna proceed towards his A site. Lex is lying in wait, but he gets crunched upon. And already, Eros have run away with the pistol to start this one, Trev.
Yep, looks like that's a good way to start. Keep things even and just absolutely destroying your own T side. Get that momentum and energy. Show that you're prepared and that you got some surprises up in store. J-Dub stuck in this corner. Two T's just left and right shifting, just swapping places. Impossible to decipher the two and find a headshot between the two of them. And with that, looks like they are interested in going for that CT force.
Vertigo, definitely the map you can get down and dirty with it. Lex with the
there's a
mag
mag.
7. Love to see it. Couple digs out for JoJo and Sluggy. And Flom prioritizing utility. Make this one a realistic one. At that. Sluggy getting aggressive with the dig. Get up here around the smoke.
Should be given away. But that will at least force them to clear that close position when they push on out.
Flom be taking pot shots with the P250 at long range. JoJo burning just a tad bit, playing this off angle. While Eros looking to split into the elevator rooms. One more smoke in. Mars going to lead the charge with the MAC-10. Flom going unspotted at the moment, though. If he picks the right timing, though, he could be most certainly rewarded. Cryptic gets tagged down, at least. Flom still in this position, but at the meantime, the rest of his team is getting picked apart, except for J-Dubs has the opportunity to get a double. He will. Now, Flom not going to go for anything much than that. Lex recovers the Deagle. Try and bring this one home for Mythic, but a 1v3 would look doable for just a moment there. Seems to have fallen out of favor. Bomb's gonna get planted, and Lex, I don't even think he's gonna try his luck here. He's gonna hold on to his guns, and Eros now have a lead.
Say it's fair to point out they actually don't have any info that this Mag 7 even exists, so could try to set up some surprises with it in the next round. Like there's any reason to throw it away pointlessly anyways. Just keep on and hold everything. Can toss the Deagle to a teammate even.
Yeah, that's the goal. Maybe juggle around something. If you're Lex, you can get in with Ivy, get stuck in. And get some damage going for you. So he'll try and make some moves, perhaps, with that. Plenty of close-range angles you can play, but you can easily find yourself out of position with it. So we'll see what the mag has to offer. A couple of digs actually bought up in kind. J-Dub's able to get 2 kills with the MP9, so he'll be able to get digs up, and it's still a fairly formidable one, at least from Mythic. Eros got to be careful. Can't get 1 dig. That's the most important thing here. So they're moving fast and gonna make themselves hard to hit.
Just going straight into the A play, not delaying any time to get into the site. And Flom just takes down one with the USP, and Sloggy's found a second.
Oh, Cryptic going in for the extended spray, gets taken down. Flom will eventually fall. Leaves it to Lex. Covers the dig. Tags down Laircy. Flom's getting planted. Lex is going to push in front of it, though. Get them close with the Mag 7 and gets the first kill in the round. Looking for the second. Looking to clutch. Does not have a kit. But Laircy being so low. And Lex. Oh, this is ruthless here from Laircy. He's playing so passive. Lex is hunting, and Lex is going to find it, and he has time for it to defuse. The big dog, the old dog, comes up and brings up an old classic of a clutch there from Lex. With the half-play victory. 9-9.
Yep, brings the Swag 7 to the name. Able to find that double. It's all up to that headshot on the first pick. And just able to patiently lurk and find the rest. That said, miraculous just double dink with the USP from Flom. Take down what I believe was a flying SMG player. So, insane shots to land there to take him down.
I love that from Lex as well. Very methodical, just not trying to play himself. He knows he can't go for that full stick. He's low on health. He's just trying to get the flank. He's going for the kill. Very smart maneuver from him. Now pushing down ramp. Sluggy has some wind in his sails. Takes the first. Could flank these players up ramp. Does he know, though? He doesn't know. J-Dubs at least will be able to take down Laircy. And a few more with that. Actually, Sluggy, post-mortem, takes down Jason. Umar and I left to pick up the pieces. Lex here's B-side. Spots out Umar, but Umar takes the frag. 2 versus 3. It it could turn for Eros.
Umar's been finding a lot of the impact for Eros so far, but JoJo will be sure to keep it up and deny it in as brutal of a fashion as possibly imaginable. And Eyes left in the 1v3.
He's going to slow walk up towards the ramp side here. Going to be faced with an immediate one-way, though. Might think twice about pushing this one. Yeah, he's going to wait. Now, actually, never mind. He'll make his move. He does make noise, though, and I believe J-Dubs has heard that. So has Flom. Nutty angle there being played. And that'll be a 10th for Mythic. Big round to be winning. And Eros are now on the back foot. Mythic in the hunt for an 11th, and looking to string out to a CT side lead. What's important here is that they could potentially get out the double op setup, and now Eros will be really down in the dirt. That's the big threat here from Mythic. Eros, I feel like they need an upset round to slow Mythic down, at least get some damage in.
Yep. As much as we joke about it, JoJo does seem to be trying to take things seriously overall. Lex just focusing on the nade, and it takes the bomb carrier down. It just flings the bomb towards them. But that flashbang's brutal, and Cryptic finds a double out of it. Fantastic frag with the Tech 9, and suddenly it's 3v4.
God,
Still an
flashbang.
eco round.
God.
This op's so close to the engagements.
God, flashbang thrown by Eros there, and will Mythic even save here? That's a thought. It lurks in their mind, but all these players armorless, pistols, with a couple of recovered rifles amongst them. Make this risky, but the frags are going the way of Mythic to start that one off. Sluggy clean as ever. J-Dub spams down layers. The retake attempt is on, and it's perfect from Mythic. Flawless, taking out all 4 players, and Mythic will get their 11th, even though it got so very risky.
Even just the slightest bit of info to indicate where one of these players might be, and they just fire an entire mag, find a player, and they're just able to clear the bomb site. And it's Mythic showing an excellent amount of communication, already prepared for the trade setup on the bomb site. Flom denying the trade and instead making it a 2-man advantage and just building that lead for Mythic, allowing them to get that retake. Eros with that bomb plant, still able to get another buyout, considering they didn't purchase anything in the previous. Not without some nade damage found on mid, and Sluggy interested to take some more fights.
Sluggy's consistently found some aggression. JoJo has as well, but he gets the worst end of that. Umar, this beef I cannot ignore. He's been winning these duels versus JoJo on a consistent basis. We'll get the stats pulled up afterwards. That'll be an interesting thought. For now, though, Mythic playing from behind here, but still showing presence towards ramp. Still have a little setup in play. Could catch Eros off guard. Only good for one,
He
though.
found one on that swing.
Only good for one.
Insane.
Bomb needs to be more than that, and he'll take down Cryptic with nades in hand. This A site defense is much more lethal, but so Eros are going to go back towards the B site. Lex has heard this rotation. He'll drop his smoke to try and get onto site, but he needs to dodge these flashbangs. He needs at least a kill. He needs to stall. He'll get the first on to Jason, looking for a little bit more, and he's got time for the rotation, and a double kill from Lex on the bomb site hold puts Eros in the dirt. 12 now for Mythic.
And now they won't have as much to work with. Can still get the half buy and stay about as competitive as the round they almost completely stole away to get them into that previous full buy. But it seems like Mythic's been able to get together on the CT side, and they're starting to pick up the pieces and find the vulnerabilities in Eros, even with them trying to be a surprise on this T side of Vertigo.
Deal out for everybody on Eros. Down to the half buy, and this is where Mythic can just run out to Elite. Nice nade. More shrapnel to the spectators below. Beware. Here for Lex. He's about to receive a test of his will here on the B site. He'll at least get a second, but hold on. Cryptic has just gotten 2 1-Ds. This man has been pulling it for Eros over and over again. J-Dub's playing the off angle. Cryptic now wielding an AK. Gonna jump up, but J-Dub's too good for it. He'll double up and end the round with the triple. Mythic continue their winning ways in this half. Eros have another gun round, but it could be their last.
Yeah, not wanting to make any risks when it comes to side on Mythic, able to play together effectively. And we can see there's a bit of a rough time when it comes to the kills for I and Jason. 4 and 9 to each of them respectively. But overall, the main issue is just all the star fragging on Mythic. JoJo's been able to keep up the pace, and there's other people chipping on the scoreboard, making sure everyone's having that impact, showing that comfort on this map. And it's seeming to seem a little bit more rough and questionable. At least certainly makes you want to wonder why Eros picked this to begin with.
Lex has been having a good game of CS here on the B site, and he's going to be the recipient of another execute. He has JoJo next to him. Lex is just gonna tuck out, hide, and try to stall. He'll have a molly at his feet, though. Lex is gonna attempt to extinguish, and he will. Trying to slow these players down. The flashbangs are great, but smoke spam everywhere. Lex does get picked off, but it's Sluggy who's getting all the kills through smoke, no less. And JoJo still standing, does get picked. 3 on 3. It's Eros who I'd have to give the advantage to in this situation.
Already retake utility being thrown out. As much as you'd want to give them the advantage, so far Mythic has been just as solid on the retakes. But the one difference this time around, Umar is lurking with this AWP. He finds nothing. Nothing's become an issue. Lurcy's able to find that quick response, but Sluggy's hunting and gets denied. And now Flom's left in a 1v2, but lands the first. He's crouching. No scope. I don't think he has the time for this.
Oh, he does not. There's no time for Flom. An insane two-piece, though. But he's just too far from the bomb. An excellent attempt. Nobody surviving there for Eros. They'll get the round, but it comes with a cost.
It may come with a cost, but a cost no one should expect, and Flom may go down with the bomb, but certainly not without a bang, making sure the entire force is wiped. And if you look at it, actually, almost feels like Mythic has a stronger buy than Eros at the moment.
Yeah, they had some money in the reserves, and for Eros, nobody surviving. They're down to effectively the base win bonus. Like 3,200 is what some of these players are playing with. 3,500, 3,700. It's mostly Galils for Eros in this round. On the flip side of that, though, it really is variety hour for Mythic. A different primary weapon for every single player. Lex back on the Mag 7. Old reliable for him. Saw what he could do on the CT side. Already had a clutch with it. See if he can make things do. Flom back up with an off as well. To bring the hurt. Eros. Or Eros could be back into this game. Let's get things started here on the A-Rant. J-Dub's getting aggressive. Could spot that boost. A millimeter away. J-Dub's going in for the spam. Gets 2 kills out the back of it. Umar gives up the name of the game. And it's Mythic with a man advantage.
A perfect trade setup, and he could get more here from this angle. I think Cryptic's aware of the possibility. Maybe saw the gun peek out or something, but is able to find and take him down. And it's 3v3 retake. Though it looks like Flom isn't wanting this to be a retake. He wants to hold it instead and just pushes on forward. Interested going to the side. Despite the lack of information, even scoping in, Cryptic should be prepared for this.
Oh, he hears all of these scopes, does Cryptic. Doesn't want to peek. Instead, Laircy's going to swing at a sight. Cryptic will at least trade. So this is going to be going down to the 2v2, but I being on low HP, easily go one way or the other. 2v2, Lex rotating in with the mag. And I will be able to fall back. It's going to come down to the retake. There's no kits on these players. Perhaps there's one on the ground. Not even sure if that's the case. JoJo gonna fake the defuse, throw a molly behind it. JoJo can't frag out onto Cryptic, who has been deleting them round by round. Lex will recover the off, but that's the extent of it. Eros get their 11th.
Not a flawless 100% retake rate with that Mag 7, but 50% is more than most can argue. So I'm sure they'll be happy with that, and barely with any HP left, both these players staying alive. but we'll be able to at least conserve those weapons and try to help out their economy that's been struggling despite the wins. And now we get to a similar situation to the previous, but just with the inverse. Eros slightly behind Mythic, but certainly the possibility to come back here on this T side just at the last moment.
Eagles out for Mythic. They have Flom on an op. Try and make something do. Here for Eros, they don't really have great weapons themselves. Sluggy falling first should make the task just a little bit easier. Jojo falling in the ladder room. Flom is gonna have to come up some highlight play here. Make something happen. Flashbang in, and he takes Umar as that first shot. J-Dub's inside the smoke too. Could prove risky here. Mythic are still very much in this round. The spam is gonna take down J-Dubs. Luck does not favor him. Flom's still up here on the site. Fires off a shot, but it misses. And so this will be a round for Eros. Once Flom's out, Lex is here to hopefully save the op.
Especially with such an open bomb plant.
So with that, Lex looking to hold on to the AWP. That will be at least the attempt, but I don't even think he's gonna hopefully let the bomb maybe have it skitter a little bit deeper, perhaps. I think that's actually gonna be the play here. Lex is gonna wait.
It's a little too many players on the sandbag position, considering they planted close to it.
They know exactly what Lex is gonna try and do. Hold on.
Very true.
Is there an op gift? Has it arrived? And all of Eros are coming in to try and deny it. No one engages at any rate. And so, Mythic, they actually will have a buy into this one.
Yep, no AWP in hand, though. Flom's going to be working with that FAMAS instead, and only a round lead on Eros. Could have a little bit of that pressure set in, but they've shown they've had the experience and fortitude to stay consistent and confident to fight their way through. Overtime on nukes enough to show that. They might have to worry about trying to do it twice in a row now. J-Dub's giving a little hug to the close ramp smoke, trying to hold that position. Cryptic trying to read the position, but instead, he almost takes down J-Dubs, but instead it's Sluggy to save his teammate.
An opener for Mythic. Could be the start, or maybe the beginning of the end for Eros. They're going to put it into at least some B-side pressure. Umar has been a nuisance here on the bomb site before. He's looking to B again. He's getting tagged down. Being very loud. Especially with spam battles going every which way. Someone could end up on the worst end of that. And instead, now Eros, off the back of this, are going to jump onto this B site. There's 3 players here, though, for Mythic. They can hold this one down. Jojo, while blind, will be able to take down Lair. See a few more maybe on the plate, but no. Instead, it's going to be Lex to hold the line, and I is the last remaining T, and he's out of it. 14 for Mythic. And now they are beginning to rumble back into the game. They need only 2 more to close.
And with that, what we could be seeing is the last full buy of Eros as they piece together just everything, relaxing in reserve. And if Mythic keep this up, there isn't going to be much of a series left, and they'll be able to seal it in 2. Eros have been able to show a surprising job in Vertigo this time around. They've definitely shown an improvement and a reason why they've tried to allow Mythic to pick it, but the confidence and comfort on it might be too strong for them to deal with.
Flom this time going aggressive. It's a different player, it feels. Sluggy has been here, J-Dub has been here, now Flom with a FAMAS. Try and do that.
Just have to have everyone have their own little piece of the action and be as chaotic and as much of a nightmare as Inferno, and sometimes you just want to hand this position to other players so you only experience so much pain in a single game.
Ramp control looking to be established here by Eros. As Mythic are going to set their sights elsewhere. They're going to be keen on going for a little retake setup here. it feels. No one's playing forward inside of the site. If Eros want it, they can likely get their bomb plant. Flom's saving his molly as well, in the event that that exact thing does occur. And right now, Eros are gearing up to do exactly that. See Lercy in position to line up the smokes. And we're going to get what could be an A-site post plant. As the smokes begin to rain in, Mythic knows what's up.
Yep, and as they are moving on through, Lercy takes one fair beating over it. Jason's going for that default plant, able to get away with it. And all the spam coming on through. It's not connecting just yet, and it's a 5v5 retake. And a single smoke and 2 flashbangs for Mythic to try to retake this.
Those smokes being deployed are going in towards the bomb. It's going to be down to Cryptic here. Slow them down. Mythic need these entry kills. Who's going to get the first kill in this? Mythic. Cloud blind. Cryptic takes down Sluggy. Double kill, though, from J-Dub here in the site. Jason pushing on through, trying to stop the deviants, but it's Flex holding the line. Left in the 1v3. He can't do it. It's Mythic on series point and consolidation final point. They are one more round away from facing off in the consolidation final for a chance at the main event. One more round. They have 3 chances to close.
Dealing with something with that absolute amount of chaos is something that takes experience, to be able to handle. Maybe some experimentation to find out how to handle it better. But it just takes time to be able to handle situations that frantic and chaotic to handle a map such as this, and Eros just don't have that experience, and I think they're learning that the hard way. They have the intelligence, but they just need to keep playing this map if they want to improve further, and we'll just have to take this as a bit of a lesson as Mythic are positioned to try to close this out, but Eros do have enough to stay competitive at least one last time.
J-Dub forward and middle, though, catches eye with utility in hand, almost doubles up. Umar dangerously low. He's going to limp back towards his teammates and attempt to regroup. And oh boy, they found an opening. Cryptic has just taken down the dependable Lex on that B site. Here's Flom, though. Does he know how many players are close by to him? Umar just might walk into this line, though. Free kill. Bomb spotted as well from Flom. He's looking to re-swing here. Flick onto Jason. He'll take it. Looking for maybe to close this one down. Instead, it's going to be Sluggy to take down Cryptic. It's down to Lercy in the 1v3. Looking to try and salvage Eros' DreamHack Open chances. Firing off shots down to 47, now 21 HP. The HP gets lower and lower. His chances to go with it. 1v3. And he's going to go down to Sluggy. It's going to be 16-12. A 2-0 for Mythic.